I'm Dave Ulrich. It's just a delight to talk to Ramesh and to talk about our field of HR. Wherever you are listening to this, it could be in a session in India, it could be a session on YouTube, it could be anywhere. Let me just give you a sense of what's happening in this world where the work that we do in human resources is becoming central to business success. When we look at the world today, we see an enormous amount of contextual change. We see AI, we see technology, we see uncertainty economically, politically. We see demographics changing around the people that work for us and the people that buy our products. We see an enormous amount of complexity and change. To respond to that complexity and change, business and HR leaders are turning to people and organization. People are the raw ingredients of any company. Organization pulls those ingredients together. We call that human capability. Human is the people, my fingers. Capability is the organization, my fist. And leadership is the combination. And then my forearms are the HR services. We build the HR services so that the people, organization, and leadership in a company will help the company succeed in the marketplace. The line that we love to use is, if a company doesn't succeed in the marketplace, there is no workplace. Absolutely. Let me say that again. If we don't succeed in the marketplace, there is no workplace. Absolutely. So what does that mean for our discussion? In order to demonstrate that success, we need to move beyond instinct. Well, I remember we did a big study once with 20 or 30,000 data points. And one of my colleagues who had a very good reputation in the field said, I looked at your data, but let me tell you what I think. And I said, time out. Right. I appreciate what you think, but we have data from 20,000 people. That's research. That's analytics. The reason I love the book that Ramesh has just done is that he shows us the value of analytics, not just in terms of benchmarking. How do I compare with someone else? That's good, and we need indicators. Not just in terms of best practice. What's good? All the books on my shelf are about best practices, and we tell those. Not just predictive analytics, benchmark, best practice, predictive analytics, but how do we use data to guide our behavior? If you're in HR today, when we walk into a meeting to talk about selection and staffing and training and careers and compensation, we need the evidence to show that when we make those investments, good things will happen for our employees, for our business, and for our company. Ramesh, that's my introduction. That's one of the reasons I loved your book. You are not just doing data as a source of data. You're doing data as a source of information to make better decisions. And congratulations. I know that writing a book is an enormous amount of work. And it's a sacrifice. It's also a little weird. I think you've got to recognize writing a book is very private. Welcome to my office where I do my writing. Often I do my writing in a chair over here, not in this desk. But you do your writing in private, and then suddenly it's public. And everybody's going to say, wow, suddenly I know who Ramesh is inside. So that's kind of weird. But let me find out from you about your book and what it means to you. So why did you write the book? What was behind your thinking?
Dave, for quite some time during the course of my career, I've had people trying to ask, what is it that HR does? And, somebody in my family, one of my family members, a young graduate, passed out of her MBA college recently and joined one of the big IT companies. And then she came up and said, uh, what is that you guys do? And, that really hit me hard because I thought HR was quite well established. And that's where I felt that, somewhere that we haven't been able to articulate to business, to the common man in the organization, that what is it that we do in HR that impacts business. We are not able to clearly articulate the linkages between HR initiatives and the business outcomes. And I think that's where I really felt that using data science, using the latest technologies available, can we come out with some matrices, certain ways in which we can try and demonstrate what is it that we do in HR impacts business. So I developed an interest in data science and analytics. I started teaching in the leading business schools in Bangalore in the field of HR analytics. I've done a few workshops on HR analytics, and that's why my students, my participants said, why don't you convert that into a book and crystallize all your thoughts and ideas and bring a structure and framework. And that's how I came up with this book, Making People Count. And of course, inspired by leaders, thought leaders like you, I said, let me try and see if I can also do something to give back to the society.
I congratulate you. And I faced the same. A few months ago, I was on an airplane and there was another faculty and he was traveling with his spouse. And we got off the plane and I waited to say hi. And he said, "Hi, this is Dave Ulrich. He teaches HR." And I could just feel the derision in his voice, kind of undermining, disparaging. And I didn't say anything. And I thought, "So what do you do?" And well, I do leadership, I do culture. That's HR. I
Right,
mean, HR is not just the policy police, it's not just getting payroll out on time. I think
absolutely.
that's HR 50 years ago. And we still have to do that. But what I love about your book and the place where you started is HR is not about HR. It's about helping a company succeed in the marketplace.
Right,
And people count, and we do care about people, but it isn't just caring about people, it's caring about people so that the organization succeeds.
exactly.
So what's your hope for the analytics field? What do you hope people get out of your book that will help this profession and business move forward? What are you hoping for?
They basically, through this book, I see it as a practitioner's guide, be it your student, be it HR professional or a people manager. In terms of getting a deeper understanding of first, one is data as the new oil, and then how, of course, HR's credibility can be improved, but and also get a seat at the board of the board. It's about understanding the business matrices, about the how the business analytics grew, and then how HR analytics tightly fits into the business. How does we come up with business impact HR matrices? About understanding how to frame KPIs and then what are the lead and lag indicators. And then finally coming to the total employee experience where we try and understand the employee life cycle and how do we measure at each stage of the employee life cycle the people analytics. And then of course we are also going to share in this book about the business challenges and how some of the HR matrices can address those business challenges. And no book can be complete without predictive analytics, where we talk about how to what are the tools which helps you in terms of predictive analytics. I even given a small code for predictive analytics. And of course we're talking about chat gpt in hr ai and hr analytics, and also taken some reference to how google and amazon are use analytics to drive personalized services to people. So can we learn from such experiences and drive personalized HR to people using analytics? And then, of course, caution about ethics, about privacy, about biases and errors, and a little bit about what the future looks like. Uh, I sincerely hope that I've been able to share some of my experiences and experiences of people like you, and to enlighten people about what people analytics is all about and really make people count.
If somebody listening re-listens to what you just said and they don't appreciate one of those 10 or 12 chapter headings, then they shouldn't be in HR. Because what you're doing is capturing the future of HR. When Ramesh talked to me about making people count, how to measure the ROI of human capital, I thought, what a great title and what an even greater book. I was privileged to draft a foreword that I hope reinforces the work you've done for a number of reasons I mentioned. Number one, it's cumulative. You're not starting fresh, you're building on work that's been done. You
Exactly.
know as well as I do that in our field, we have great people who've gone before us. Somebody was one of my mentors, CK Prahalad. I hope CK built on others, and I hope we're building on CK. He would be angry with us if we weren't extending his work. We need to move it forward. You've done that. Number two, it's relevant. This is relevant. This is not just an HR book. This is a business book. Number three, you've done data analysis and analytics and connection. You've turned how to turn data into information. I like to think about moving from artificial intelligence to informed intelligence. And all of that leads to action. I think you've done a book that helps us define the future. That through the analytics you've got and making people count, getting ROI, return on, I call it return on intangibles, not just return on investment, we make a difference. So if you're an HR professional listening to this conversation, I encourage you to get the book. If you're not an HR professional, I encourage you not only to get the book, but to come into HR, because this is the
Absolutely.
most exciting profession you could be a part of. And Ramesh, you've helped us move forward. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a terrific service to the community.
I should say thank you, Dave, for your wonderful gesture of guiding me in this journey, for being a mentor to me, and for graciously writing a forward to me. And, if I'm able to imbibe some bit of your qualities, some of your thoughts, and take it forward to the next generation, I would have done a service to you. Thank you so much, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you.